Okay, so I'm in my BMW X5 2004, and here's the radio. So people were asking about the sun light. We do have some sun here. So far, good here. Now I'm going to hand it over to my passenger, and you'll be able to see from her angle. So far, we're in the yeah, film from your seat, film like your seat. There you go. There's you can see some sun hitting it.
Yeah, too.
Radio going. It's a bit of a delay there. When it just wakes up in the morning, like everyone, it's a little slow. See more of that. That's really bad radio. Jeez, what the? Alright, we're just gonna.
Oh, what's going on?
What's with the traffic? Alright, so open the sunroof. Now you can see where it's a little trickier to see. But really, this is the minority of the case. Can I say that? So there you can see the angle. So, I mean, I think with any screen it's going to be a bit challenging, but like the moment you shut the sunroof, you can kind of see it. I think that's a good example there. And then you shut the moonroof part. So that gives you an idea. It's kind of how it is. But in general, it's good. Camille, I don't know how it was with your view, but...
Yeah, I mean, you see the glare of your hand when
Put it more on your side, though, like you're sitting.
Yeah, you can barely see it.
Yeah. But, again, for the price, it's not bad. Alright. Okay, so my backup camera on the BMW X5 ended up failing after we went to Big Bear. So let me show you. I need to clean the screen, I know, but I'll show you. So we're gonna. See, one thing I didn't realize, you don't have to actually put it in. You don't have to start the engine. So watch, I'm gonna put it in reverse. I'm putting it. I'm in reverse. Oh, it's actually backing up. Why is it not going on? He's really having issues. That's irritating. Huh, it's not even registering. Oh my god, really? I know, fasten seatbelts, good god. There we go, that's weird. I guess I didn't have power. Anyway, that's what's happening, so it's not working. So I ended up getting a new camera. Let's go check it out. Okay, here we go. Got it on Amazon. The other one came from China. I'm sure this is probably made in China, I don't know. But it'll, it's got day and night. It's got 170 degrees wide, and here it is. It feels heavy. Seems like nice quality. There's the cable, which I don't need because I've already ran the cable and I need to clean that up anyway, so maybe it's probably, that's a sign I need to do that. I kind of have that already set up too. Really, I think the only thing I need to change is the, this right here. There's the camera. It's got some weight to it. Feels like it might be better quality. I think, like I said, I think the cold and stuff got to this thing. The other one. This one feels way better. Interesting. So we'll swap that out and see how that goes, and then I'll show you how we remove this panel and all that good stuff. I don't think I'll have to use those cables it came with because, like I said, it's very similar. Seems like they're all the same. So let's go ahead and get this thing removed. So the magic tool I'm using is for a bike tire, actually, to remove the tire. And then what I do is I get it under here and you just run that thing along like that. See how easy that is? just comes right up and just snaps right back in place. Okay, so here you can see where I have the license plate here running up here. I removed this thing, removing those screws. Jeez, too much work. Screws. And then I ran it up that way. You know, I could look at drilling into this thing. I just don't really know. Or having the camera, like my camera is on the low side, I could put it on the upper, which I could feed it then up into this way. That's another possibility, but really at the end of the day, it's fine. And see, there's that came from the camera, and then there are the two cables, and it's exactly like the new camera. We show that. We have the red and the yellow for the video. The red's for the power. Same deal. And then there's a red line here which goes to the reverse light bulb. So when that light bulb turns on, all that is a signal excuse me, that goes to the stereo. And then that's what tells the stereo to flip it on. But then the cabling runs through here where you get the power, and this is what confused me initially. I'm actually tapping in right here to that 10, no, the 7.5, which is the same thing as the radio. So number 72, if we look at fuse number 72, yes, you can see where it says radio. Right there. Radio, so number 72. So that's the same voltage to feed to the camera. So the camera has power, that's the power, and then the black thing is just grounded right there. So that's how that works. And then you run that long cable all the way, it extends for the pass. So one thing's got the power, this is the video, that's the video cable that you run all the way to the front, right along this side is what I did. Came through the glove box, and then there's the power. Again, you got the red, which feeds up to this guy, and the black, which gets grounded here. Capiche? So let's open this thing up, see what's going on. Okay, so I removed the license plate, and now here's the old camera. I've got it strapped on here. I think overall it just didn't go well. You can see too, it was kind of flapping around. It just wasn't a good install really. So I'm gonna snip that off and see what I could do to maybe install that a little differently. It's not the best. Okay, so yeah, I definitely noticed the stereo cable that I have has a red line that goes with this, which will trigger the stereo, and this one doesn't have it. So you'd actually have to run one manually if you didn't buy the same setup. Actually, no, I think it's the camera. I don't think that was a part of the camera. I don't recall. Anyway, it does give you that, but as far as the thing that triggers, you need that red line, so you'd have to run your own red line. Just to show you what I'm talking about, here's that cable. So you got a video line and you got that red line, which this is the backup, which I've got soldered into the reverse light. Okay, so now to test the camera out, this is the old one. I'm just going to set that aside. There's the new camera. It's going to plug this guy in. Okay, and you can see there's the new camera. It's got a blue protective filament on there. I'm going to remove that after, once I get it installed. But anyway, there it is. Let's go give it a whirl, see what it looks like. Okay, so we're just going to activate the battery. Not going to actually start the engine. Maybe that'll work this time. I think I've got to turn the power on all the way. That's what it is. Yay! Check it out. It is upside down and blue. But that's because of the way I have it resting right now. But that was it. The camera went bad, which, you know, it was a cheap camera anyway. I'm in reverse. And it comes with, this line is what it comes with. It's not like that's a part of the stereo, because the stereo has one itself, and if you have that, which you can turn on, if you turn that on too, then you end up with two of them, which seems kind of ridiculous. So anyway, I turned the stereo one off with these guides, kind of shows you. But let's get that mounted and we'll get it squared away. Cool. All right, so on the back here, you got to remove this, this, and this. And the way you do that is get yourself a very fine little screwdriver and just pop the thing out. It just comes off this little hidden area. Set that down. And then this one here, kind of the same thing. There. It just comes right off. And there's screws there. So just do the same on that side, and that will allow you to remove that entire piece. Along here. As you can see up here, I've removed all of that stuff that's right along here, and then this comes right off. Just like that. Here was the old camera. And then I have it in between here, so I'm going to undo these screws as well, and possibly that one just to loosen it up. There we go. That's it. We'll put the other one in. Yeah. So for this camera, it definitely feels much better quality, definitely better made. It's a metal, what appears to be metal anyway. It feels metal. But this is an Allen wrench, so I've got to loosen this because right now it's just super tight. So I've got to loosen this up so I can aim the camera. Alright, so the new camera is connected there. I ran it here. It's going to fold here. And I decided to connect it at the top there. So let's see how that goes. And I'm using one of those command strips. Okay, I tighten these screws here. Again, that's going to be nicely tucked in there. You won't even see it when it's closed. Alright, so put these screws back on, and I'll do those as well. Do a little cleanup here on both sides. That's what it's going to look. I will end up trimming that off, see how it looks. But trust me, when the lid's shut, you're not going to see that. It's exactly the way I had it last time. There you go. And then we'll put this thing back. So let's finish up the screws on this side and continue. Pop this thing back on. There we go. Actually, from the top, insert the top, pop it down. Try it on this side. Insert the top. Really? That's how it's going to be. Insert the top, push it down. There we go. That's good. Alright, now let's clean. Do a little clean up here, and then we'll put those reflectors on. Alright, let's put these guys back in. It just slides in that side. You push, and it's on. Do the same over here. That's it. That's done. Let's put this thing back on. That's over here. So you want to tilt it in like that. Just apply pressure. That's it. good to go. You know, like I said, I think if I had more time and I really wanted to mess with it, I could have a cleaner install. But you know what? It works. There's a connection here. It does get tricky because those video cables have a thicker connector. So I thought about like running it through there. You know what? This is good enough. Trust me. Who knows how long I'll have this car anyway. But it still works well. So we're going to give it a whirl. Let's clean this mess up and see how it goes. See what I mean? You can't really tell at all as you get really low, and then you'll see that. But again, those little white things I can cut right off. Focus, there we go. I can cut those right off. So let's see how the reverse looks. Okay, so now it's in park. I'm not going to turn it on all the way. I'll get it to the battery, and I'm going to pop it in reverse. And there we go. Now the only thing I must say is that the other way I had it installed, I kept a little tiny bit of the bumper so I could really tell that the bumper was right there. But you know what? This is probably good enough. I'll see if I can tilt it a little bit more. You know, mount it even more at an angle, because I do like to see that bumper, because you can tell, like, you don't need to see way up in the sky when you're backing up. You want to look more down below. It's interesting too, because they said 170 degrees. So I'm in the middle of my 2-car garage. I mean, if it's quite that. But you know what? Again, it's good enough. Alright, I actually had to mount it on the bottom of the license plate. And I noticed too that wire's a little shorter, so wasn't perfect. But now let's see what it looks like. And I also took the blue protective tape or a filament off. Now you can see what it looks like. Not too bad. It's hard to say if it's a little better than the other one. You know, it is pretty wide actually, now that I detail it. Touchscreen doesn't do anything, but yeah, you know, it's good. I think it's better than the other one. I can't recall. I'd have to pull up the other video. So maybe you guys can do that side by side, check it out. I'm certainly not going to do it. I've done enough today, but hopefully this helps. You can check it out, and now it's working again. So let's close her down. All right, take care, man. Bye. All right, so here's the final install. I had to mount it down here because also when it was up there, it was causing it would hit. So there's the line, which really you can't see. That's just temporary. There's the mount, and the backup camera works very nicely. Very happy with that. So looks good. Hope that helps, guys. See ya.